Ooh, okay. More development. Okay, let's see where we left off. So, we need to actually start making things to do with the mouse and just stuff like that in general. So to do this, I need to think. Hopefully the stream quality is not bad. Could be bad right now, I'm not sure. Let me check. Is the quality fine? It doesn't look fine. It does not look fine, actually. No, it looks awful. It looks awful. Okay, I have to fix this. So, why does it look so bad? What? This looks awful. Appearance, output. We'll change the bitrate. We'll go best quality. See how that makes it better. If it makes it better. Hi, Charo. I think that should be better. I have no clue. Probably isn't. No, it's not. Ugh. Well, I'll have to fix that next stream. Whatever. Okay. So, where did I leave off? Let's just build this. We'll run it. Let's see. Oh yeah, everything's just not showing. Right. I remember. Okay, so if everything's not showing, then I think that means if you go to engine, wrong one, engine. Here we go. We never actually called game start, so all those initializations just are not happening. So now we should see everything. Yeah, look at that. We have our circle, our text, the button, all these. Okay, perfect. So now we actually have to... Now we have to, oh, we need input logic. That's what we need. We need input logic. Where is input? Okay, so here's input. So we're gonna need ints get key down. Do get key down. What do we need for... Let's think about this actually, really quick. My winter car? I don't know what that is. Sorry, I don't know what my winter car is. What is my winter car? My summer car. I know my summer car. But winter. Oh, that sounds interesting. Okay, the delay's a tiny bit. Same dev. Alright. Sounds cool. Yeah, I did not know that, actually. I did not. Yeah. Okay. So for this we're gonna need we're gonna need static unsigned cars. And we're also gonna need GLFW. So if we go here, okay, GLFW is already included, so we don't have to do that. But I think we also have to have unsigned car. Oh, we need to make it static. Static unsigned car. We'll do like current keys. Current keys. We could do like GLF last. What is it again? It's like GLFW key last. GLFW key last. Right? Yeah, so GLFW key last, and then we'll add 1. So we should actually make this, we should make this like that, and then we also need previous keys, so we can do static unsigned car previous keys, GLFW key last, -1. Or no, it would be, it'd still be +1, right? Right, would it still be +1? Yeah, it is still +1. So we want +1 here. And then we want to make GLF window. We already have like the we already have window in it, because if you go to input and then var, oh, we don't have window. Okay, we're gonna extern GLFW window. Let's turn that. We'll go to, this is var h, right? So then in window, then in window init, where is it? Window. We'll say GLFW is this, and we'll include var, hashtag include var.h. Oh, we need to make an asterisk, right? Wouldn't current just be GLF key last? That's a good question. Let me think about that. Because you wanted the previous index. Because if GLFW was like, if GLF key last was 348, right? But it starts at 0, so it starts at 0, because remember this is a array, right? It starts at 0, but each of the keys start from 1 to there, but the array itself starts at 0, so we need +1 to make sure we're actually in line with what the key's defined as. These two are the exact same, right? Like what we're saying here is we're not actually filling these with anything yet. We're just saying, hey, this is going to include from 1 to 349, right? That's what we're doing, and then we're going to set this later in. We're going to set this later in here. That's just defining the array right now. Because if it was without +1, it would be array out of bounds. Okay. So we have, where is it? It was input.h, var.h, glf window. Does that compile? It does compile. Okay. So window should be defined then. If I go to input.c, we should be able to use window. Window? Yes, perfect. Okay, we have window then. So now we need input. We need input update, which needs to be called once during every engine hit. So we could do like void input update. This is where you're gonna see actually populates all of these. This populates all of these, is what you'll see. So in update, we'll use a for loop to go through the array to see what kind of key it is. So we'll do like for int I equals 0, I is less than GLFW key last, right? Oh, it should be less than or equal. Remember, less than or equal because it's array. We don't want to be out of bounds. And then do I++. And to update it, we'll do previous keys. We'll do previous keys I equals current keys i's. Current keys I. Because we're basically shifting it one down. And then we're gonna set current keys I. We're gonna set this to GLFW last. Wait. GLFW get key is what we're gonna do. GLFW get key. And we'll pass window. And then I. We'll say equals GLFW press. So this should hopefully update each of these to be it, I would imagine. And I assume that would work fine. So we need to call this once per frame before game update. So what we should do is go to engine before game update. We'll call it right here, input update. And we also need to include it. So hashtag include what's it called? Input.h. So we need to do, right? Okay. And then input.c, we need to add a few more things. We need get key, we need get key down, and get key up. So we'll move this down here. Int get key, int get key. We'll do get key up. Later on, we'll add mouse buttons here, but for now, this is what we're gonna do. Let's also just put this into our input right here. Oh, yeah, we need this one too. There, okay. Get key. Get key, we're gonna have to just return current keys key. So we'll return current keys. Oh, we also have to put int key into all these, so we actually know which one we're doing. Current keys key. This one we're gonna need current keys key, but we're also going to need to make sure and not, because we need to make sure it's not the previous key as well. So we'll pass key into here again. And then here we're gonna do pretty much the same thing, but instead of this, we're gonna invert it, because now we need to make sure current key isn't what the previous key was. So that should be key up, that should be key down, and that should be just the key. So we should also fix these in input.h. So we need int key. Okay, I think that should be it for the input. Unresolved external simple update function engine run. Unresolved. Wait, in what? Where? In engine? Because input. Is that an issue with window? Window should be part of here though, right? Unless it's not. Okay, so this is our engine script, right? This is engine. Right? So that's engine. And then calls input update, which is all this. Unresolved externals. Is that window? I mean, I guess it could be window. Could be window. I think also what's happening is that all these inputs have var.h in them, when really we should only have var.h inside of each .c, right? Because otherwise we're just gonna have, like, not now at least, but later on we're gonna have issues with inclusion paths. So is that everything? Yeah, okay, so now in input.c we'll do var.h. Don't need this here. Don't need this here. We need it here. Okay, now it should work. We need it. Window.c has it already, but if I were to get rid of this... Oops, I did not mean to build. Game.c, definitely gonna need it. Same with draw.c, you're gonna need it. Okay, now who has an error? Okay. Expected A following an API. Wait, what? Uh-oh. Did I do something? I did something wrong. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna assume I shouldn't have done that then. We'll just put include and back into all of these. Okay. That's all of them. Okay. And then we'll just go ahead and put it in each of these. What if you've heard of what does that say? Corange? Corange? Is that the no, I don't think I have heard of it. Corange. Let me search it up. Corange. Ooh, GitHub repo. Love it. 11 years ago. Wow. 13 years ago. This thing's old. That's pretty cool. It was last updated last year though. Corange game update 0.8.0. Written pure C, SDL, and OpenGL. Overview: small, simple, powerful, cross-platform, clean and easy asset UI, entity management, modern, preferred renderer. Metaballs. Ooh, metaballs are fun. How's it pronounced? Rhymes with purple. What? Crange rhymes with purple. All right, we'll get back to this later. Okay, so we have this issue still. This is what we originally had. Is there not any way to like to just make a global variable? Because isn't that what I'm doing in draw? Isn't that what I've done with pi? Oh, but I guess we only access it in draw then, right? Surely there's another thing I had that was a global variable in var. Right? Like GL font texture. Or do I only use that in text C? I guess I only use it in text C. Huh. And then Window's here. And then we actually set window here. Can I not make window a global variable via like only var.h and window.c? Is that not possible? Surely I could do that some way, and I'm just being dumb. Hello. Okay, so window.c, we actually set window to be equal to something, right? Window.h uses window var extern. So clearly there's an issue somewhere here. Right? Hello, Jabuke. Welcome back. Oh, I need some water. Hold on. Whew. It's cold. Very cold. So why is this unresolved fatal? I don't even know. It might not even be window. Like, for all we know, it could be something entirely different. Oh, also, shouldn't last time be static? Wait. I think I just realized something. Shouldn't this be static? We can make that static, right? Okay. So Windows defined here. And if we go to engine.c, right? It's not. Oh, not. Wait, is it engine.c? Engine.c is the one that has an issue. Not input.c. Simple input update. Oh, so it is input. Reference in engine run. Input update. Is input update like asking for something that I'm not like actually providing? Is that what's happening? Input update, no. Looks fine. Oh, input.c was never actually compiled. We have to redo. Oh my god, we have to redo the CMake thing. We have to redo the CMake thing. That's what it is. We have to CMake again. Yeah, okay, now collision and input C. That was it. That was it. It was the C make. Ah. Warning, collide must return a thing. Oh, return 1. There. Now you're happy. Okay. So input.c should okay, so all this should technically work now. I mean, we obviously haven't done anything with it yet. Right? So all that's fine and dandy. Now we've defined everything in input.h, and I think to actually, where's game? Okay, game.c. So let's do this. Let's do this. If we'll do it right here. If we'll do get key, we'll say get key, GL key, we'll do E. What we'll do is we'll do printf E has been pressed. Okay, let's see if that works. I'm hoping this works. Okay, let's see. Oh my god, it works. But yeah, it fires multiple because you're holding it down. What if we do key down? Get key down. Get key down. Oh my god, look at that. Oh, that's amazing. I love it. Okay, so that works. So that means we can actually tell when things are working. That means we can also move things. Wait, hold on. Let's try get key. We'll do get key W, and then when we have get key W, we can do what would we do? We would do test circle. Wait, hold on. Oh, but to actually move it, we need like a proper entity component system, don't we? We do. Okay, so we're just gonna have this. We're just gonna keep this here. Let's actually organize this real quick. We'll say render the primitive shapes. Okay. We'll draw this. Hello, Fressy. We'll say button stuff. We'll do like test logic. Call this test logic. Clean up render. Okay, so all this should work, which we just checked. It does. I think what we could do is mouse over now. I think mouse over. Okay, so now we need like mouse over for it, and I think the best way to do mouse over is we just pass the shape. So if we go to window, or no, input. Where's input? So we have all of these, right? So this is input update. So now we'll call this keys, and then we'll call this mouse. Then what we could do is we could do int get mouse over, and we'll say shape or shape s, and we'll do we'll check to see. We also need a double. We need double mouse X and Y. So let's do that real quick too. Double mouse X, mouse Y. This needs to be that. What we could do is an update. We'll pass this through. We'll do GLFW get mouse. No, that one. No, get cursor. Get cursor. GLFW get cursor pose. We'll say window Does that have to be and window? Or no, just window, and then we'll do and mouse X and mouse Y. Oh, but we should also probably properly update this. You know, what I mean by that is, because how do I explain this? Cursor position, right, is relative to the whole screen. But when I run this, obviously this window is small. I can't really showcase how small it is because I'm streaming the I only have the window element, not the actual screen as being rendered. So you guys can't see me moving around or resizing this game window, but this game window is small. It takes up maybe a quarter of my monitor. The position of my mouse right here, right, is not on where the game would be, even though it looks like it on your screen, because the game actually is over here on my screen. So this would not be in the game window. This would be. But we can't tell, relatively speaking, because you have the GLFW chords that are in the actual game, like -1 or 1, versus the screen position. So we need to convert it. So to actually convert it, there's something really cool we can do, where we can get the buffer state. So what I mean by that is we get the FB width, which is like the frame buffer width, and then the frame buffer height. And we get the frame buffer size, and then we get the viewport from that. So what we have to do is we have to make another global variable. This one's going to be FB width and FB height. So we can actually do that in window, or in var, I mean. So we'll do extern double what I say, FB width, FB height? Or no, we need int FB width, FB height, like that. Or sorry, extern int FB width, FB height. And then in window, window, what we actually do is we set these, we declare them first. We declare them up here, right? And then in window update, we can actually, in window init, we can actually set this by doing GLFW get frame, GLFW get frame buffer size, pass window, and then we pass FB width, FB height. So that should set both of these variables to the frame buffer size. And then we need to get the viewport. So we'll do GL viewport, right? And then it's the X, the Y, the width. So for this, we're just going to do like 0, 0. Then for width and height, we just pass FB width and FB height. So FB width, FB height. So that should be all of that. So now when we go to input, we can set an input. We can actually do the calculation to get the proper position for mouse X and mouse Y. So what we'll actually do is call this mouse X FB and mouse Y FB. We'll call this FB FB for frame buffer. Oh, I know, not FB. We need this to be pixels. These are pixel units. Pixels. So these are pixels, and then we need to do the calculation. So the calculation is going to be int width and height. So int width height. And then to actually set these, we need to do GLFW get window size. we pass window, and then we pass and width and height. Right, and actually this should be oh wait, no, that is a double, never mind. Yeah, that's right, double. And then we need to get float. Wait, what am I doing? This should be in here. This should be in here. Because what we actually need here is mouse X, mouse Y, because these are going to be the semi-global variables for all these functions here, or specifically these ones. After we do that, we need the scale X and the scale Y. So we can do float scale X equals, convert this to a float. We'll do FB width divided by width. So FB width divided by width. Like that. Right. And now we need float X FB, which is going to be the mouse pixels times scale X. So we can do float mouse X FB equals mouse pixels times scale X. Like that. And now we can do the actual mouse X and mouse Y. Now we can actually define mouse X and mouse Y. So say mouse X equals float, and then we do mouse X FB divided by FB width divided by FB width, and then we multiply by 2f minus 1f. So we multiply by 2.0f, and then we subtract 1.0f. Right? And then for mouse Y, it's kind of the exact same thing, but the difference, because it's Y, we do 1.0f minus mouse Y FB divided by FB height times 2.0f, like that. And we don't need a float cast here because we're starting with a float. Okay. So I believe that should work, assuming everything's set up right. Does it compile? Gammouse. Okay, so it does compile. So now we can actually work on the the whatchamacallit? Let's say like mouse over, get mouse over shape. So we'll make a switch S case, let's say, oh wait, type, we'll say shape rect. Right, so for this we could have like things like this, like get mouse over. And then we'll just do like return wait, why am I tweaking right now? Hold on. Return mouse X is greater than or equal to. Actually, what we could do is we say vec2 mouse. We could do mouse.x. I think that's better. Mouse.y. So now we can do mouse.x is greater than or equal to, then we'll do r rect, sorry, s rect dot min dot x, and we're gonna do pipelining here. And we'll do like mouse dot x is less than or equal to s rect dot max dot x. We'll do same but with y. Mouse dot y is less than or equal to s rect dot max dot y. So I think that should be I think that's right. Yeah, looks right to me. And then now we need a case shape circle. Case shape circle. And circle's gonna be a bit different because we need to actually make variables here for dx and dy. So dx equals mouse dot x minus c circle dot, oh my god, c s dot center dot cx dot x. Float dy equals mouse dot y minus center dot y, right? S center, circle center dot y. And then we would just return both of them together. So return dx times dy. Oh wait, no, it's dx. It needs to be squared. So dx, right? Plus dy times dy, because these need to be squared. And then it's greater than or equal to. And then for this one, we have to multiply radius by radius. We have to do radius squared. So circle dot radius times s circle dot radius. I believe that should work. Poly, which is also case shape triangle. We need to we're not going to do anything. We're not going to do anything with this. We're just going to return 0. We're not going to do that. And then case shape none. Why do I keep doing that? It's always with shape none I do that. Default return 0. So rectangles and shapes, rectangles and circles should work now. I'm gonna build a game. Should I go learn OpenGL or use a game engine already made like Unity? That really depends. So the choice really boils down to how much work you're willing to do. Making a game engine is a lot of work. It's a lot. Learning OpenGL, it's also a lot, right? Setting all that stuff up, it really hurts your mind. So why are you making a game? Are you making a game because you want to learn what actually goes into making a game behind the scenes? Do you want to build your skill sets? Do you want to become one with your programming language of choice? Then I would say learn OpenGL and make a game engine. If you don't know the basics of C, though, or C++, then I would not suggest making a game engine. If you want to just make a fun game, like maybe just practice your programming skills, make a little platformer or whatever type of game you want, just because you want to make a game, then you should use a game engine like Unity or Godot or Unreal. Each of those have their own learning curves, and they each use different programming languages. Unity is C#, Unreal is C++, Godot uses Go. So if you're familiar with any of those languages and you want to stick to those languages, then I would suggest using a game engine that uses that language. Okay. Now we also need because we're calling input every time, I think mouse over just works, right? I think it just works. So if we go into game.c and if we do if get mouse over, did I not actually? Oh, I never defined it in input, did I? What's it called? Input get mouse over. Okay. Int get mouse over shape s. Oh, I need to actually make game.c do something. Get mouse over. We need a pass shape. Let's do test rect. Test rect. Right, because yeah, okay. We'll do test rect, and we'll do printf mouse is over the, what color is this? This is red, right? Circle outline is red. No, but we want rect. I'm gonna change the circle's border color to make it easier. We want, wait, render circle has, oh, right. So what is rectangle? Rectangle, this one is blue. Okay, over the blue rectangle. Blue rect. I don't know why I was losing my mind there for a second. Okay, let's see, does this work? Oh my god, look at that. It works. You see, oh, that's so cool. It's a pretty good book focused on C++. I recommend making something small in a game engine first. Godot is my personal favorite. Yeah, I've actually never used Godot. I almost switched to it back when I did make games a lot more often. I obviously don't use Unity or Godot much. I probably should have started with Godot because Godot seems pretty cool. It's open source as well, which is pretty nice. Ooh, wait, we should make if, yeah. I actually recently Christmas I got a book. Hold on. I got a few books. I asked for only books. So let me look at some of the books I got. I got even though I know C, it's always good to have some books for it. So I got the ANSI C programming language. That's pretty cool. Pragmatic Programming by David Thomas and Andrew Hunt. I got a book called Build Your Own Programming Language. I've dabbled in building my own programming language, but I feel like I need some more guidance. So I got this one from Imran Ahmad. He's a senior data science in the Canadian federal government. That's pretty cool. And C programming updated for C11, Absolute Beginner's Guide. So far, I've read a bit of two of them, and they're really good. So if anyone wants to learn C, I would suggest finding some of those books. Let's make a button test. That's the first website I used to learn OpenGL, but I heard that learn OpenGL is really good. I've just been looking at the API documentation, to be honest. I probably should have used a website. Let's do test object. Or really, this is test button, so we're going to call this test button. Test button. And then what we're going to do is we're also going to have another if statement, and we're going to say get. Ooh, we never made a get a mouse button down. We need mouse button down. So mouse button down. we need mouse button down. So for that, we'll do if get mouse button down, say GL mouse, or no, GLFW mouse button 1. I'm pretty sure that is. Printf button clicked. This doesn't exist yet though, so we need to actually get this existing. So where's input.c? Int that. What do we call this? Would it be int? What would you do? Would it be int button, right? Int button we could do. And then we're also gonna need a bunch of these. We're gonna need get mouse button down, get mouse button up, and then we're also going to need just get mouse button, which I think means we need to define mouse previous and mouse current. So we're gonna have to make more static chars. Static unsigned char, current mouse set to 8, because there's only really 8 mouse buttons, I think. Previous mouse set to 8 again. Right. And now we just need to also update in this. We need another for loop for int I equals 0, I is less than or equal to 8, I plus plus. We do previous mouse I equals current mouse I, current mouse I equals GLFW get mouse button window I equals GLFW press. Okay, I think that should be it for that. Now we actually need to compare. So for this one, we just return current mouse button, return. We could basically just look at what it says here. Right, this, okay, yeah, okay. Current mouse button and right, and then we do the pretty much the exact same thing here, but we just make it the opposite. Okay, so now we have all these mouse buttons, which I think is pretty cool. If we go to, we actually need to add these to input.h. Right. And then we could do game. Okay, let's see if it works. Can I click the button? Mouse is over the blue rect. Oh, the blue rectangle is inside the button. I just realized that. That's why. Hey, look at that. Have you ever coded as stealer? What do you mean by stealer? Get mouse button up. I'm not sure I know what you mean by stealer. Get mouse button up. Oh, I uppercase G. Wait, what? What happened? GLFW get mouse button up. Should be working. Grabber rat? I don't know what that is. Is that like... It's this GitHub repo was archived by the owner in 2023 of August 6th. It is now read-only. The most powerful stealer written in Python 3 packed up a lot of features. Projects provide for educational. What does it actually do? You can download with CCC and include the bin folder in the path. Is it like a web scraper? I'm trying to figure that out right now, actually. What? It's malware to steal login information. Oh, I see. I'm kind of just skimming over this. The repo doesn't have a nice readme. It doesn't actually tell you what the project itself is. No, I have not made one. The most virusy I've ever made using programming was a Python Pygame script from 4 years ago that just spammed a window with a random text inside of it, and that was it. It's very old stuff. Rat grabber. Let me see. There's a website for it? Cypherma? Is that what I'm looking at? Is that the right thing? An advanced Windows rat with... Oh, I see. Rat as in... Okay. Oh, I see. Oh, you meant for something else. Oh, I found an actual website for the grabber rat. Anyways, what do we have to do? Everything works. Wait, no. Does button clicked work? I don't think button clicked worked. Hold on. Game mouse button up. Okay, that clearly is not working. What about down? Okay, so down works. Why does down do that? Hold on. Get key down W. Get mouse over. Does it? Oh, get key down and all these just aren't working. Okay. So we clearly have some issues with everything that isn't just get mouse button. Okay. So what's the issue then? Are these even being called? Okay, let's actually test that out. Mouse button down's working. Key down is not working. Printf %d key. Let's see, because it should be W. I'm not typing those. What? What? What is typing 8-7 over to, or is that 7? No, it's 8-7. Oh wait, hold on. Mouse button should be. This should not be equal to. This should just be less than. Why does, wait. It's so weird. Okay, that was it. Okay, so button clicked works now. That still works. Okay, button clicked works. W is not working. So, oh wait, we never actually told it to do anything. Right, you're right. Okay, that makes sense. That's why 87. You're right. I wasn't even pressing W though. Oh, because we were calling it. I'm so dumb. You're 100% right. Why am I being so dumb right now? That is an L on me. Big L. That's actually 3 big L's. 87 is ASCII. I should have known that. Second big L is that it's printing out because I'm calling it everything. Third big L is that no wonder it's not printing anything. I never actually put a printf W was pressed. Wow. I'm so good at programming. Okay. Okay. I like that. I love it. Look at all that. Oh, good. We have proper logic now. Okay. We can definitely add that to here. We could say with all of our commits. Does anyone know how to get us on my MacBook, right? We have menu bar, panel left, right, top. On my MacBook, it's kind of like how a browser is, where there's tabs up here. Does anyone know how to get that? Like what the Bye Fraste. Does anyone know what the thing for that is? How do I actually get that? How do I actually do that? Justify? Oh no, I want center. Ooh. Secondary sidebar? No. Primary sidebar? Yes. Activity bar? Yes. Menu bar. I want that thing up here. Okay. We have to actually write the commits now. So added that. Don't really have to talk about that. Don't have to talk about that either. Let's talk about this. So input. Okay, so implemented input handling. We could say this. We could call this added input.c or created input.c. Created input.c. Just put in a code block. Input.c and input.h. We'll say for here, created key and mouse input functions. Input update is called via engine update prior to game update. Input update calculates NDC for mouse and stores stores key and mouse data, key and mouse button data. Added examples of of input handling in game.c. Okay. We'll just keep it like that. And then there's one thing else. There's one other thing I want to do. Oh, it doesn't format it with a okay, whatever. There's one other thing I want to do. In var, right? This is really stupid. Really stupid. But right here, if we do like type def, then you have like GLFW mouse button 1. I don't really like this, right? I want just mouse button left, right? Can I not redefine that? Oh, I define it. Hashtag define. I like this. I want to be able to go into game.c and pass mouse button left. Like that. Am I not including? Do I not include part of H? Does that not work? Can I not make an alias? Can I not alias that? Surely I can. Right. Oh wait, I have a that's why. It's gonna throw an error. Can I not redefine it? A game engine. A game engine. Specifically just finished inputs, and now I'm trying to turn this into whatchamacallit, that. Because I hate doing GLFW mouse button 1. I just want to do like left mouse button. Why does this not work? It's odd. Should that really just work? It's the other way around. Oh, is it? Is it the other way around? Oh, yeah. Whoops. GLFW, what was it, mouse button 1? Yeah, it was. Thank you. I forgot defines were the other way around. I was thinking of type def, because you do the first one and then the alias. Okay. Mouse button right, so this is going to be annoying. So mouse button right would be 2, right? It goes all the way to 8. It goes all the way to 8. Yeah. Originally I tried type def. I was like, wait a second, you don't use type def for this, you use define. And I forgot, wait, hold on, you have to actually define the variable first and then the alias, or the alias then what it's set to. Middle is 3, right? Right, this would be middle. Middle. What are each of the 8 buttons? Because there's 8, right? That's why there's 8 stored in GLFW, and I'm looking at my mouse. I have 1. Okay. Looking at my mouse, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I have 8 as well. I guess all these are just side buttons then, right? Like all these are literally just side buttons. 6, 7, 8. I could just make this 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. And I really don't want to see. now I also want to do like key A, and then GLFW key A. And you know the issue with that is that there are 349 keys. 349 keys for GLFW. You know what the solution for this is? This is where you can use AI. I hate AI when it's coding. I hate inline suggestions. But with something like this, I do not want to do it over and over and over. Make me 349 of these for all the aliases. And then it just gives me, and I can just copy and paste every single one. We'll do, what is it? We'll start from 0? No. What's the most logical way to put it in place? Here, this is what it gave me. Look at all that. It's beautiful. Key D, key D. I love this. And then we need continue with all the F2 keypads. Yep. I'll have it give me Electric Boogaloo Part 2. So we'll call this special keys. We'll call this main keys. Main keys. Call this mouse buttons, obviously mouse buttons, but you know, good to have comments and definitions. It's definitely helpful. Okay. Let's see. Do we have this anywhere? I think that should be it. Copy paste edit multi-cursor. I mean, I could do that, but there's also this. Way better. This is your last message. The one about 87 is ASCII value for W. I did address that. I actually addressed that for 2 minutes because I felt really dumb for it. Because that was like a multi-blunder on my part. It was bad. Now we could just do key W. Look at that. It's so nice. Isn't it? Expands to 87. Yeah. Where did I do that? var.h? No, about the tabs. I didn't see... You did not send a message, or maybe it just didn't go through. I don't see a message on my end from you about the tabs. I see 87 is the ASCII value for W, and then Fraste says, I will go to sleep, have a good time. And then 270V says, what are you cooking? It's the other way around, and then to now. Your message didn't go through, unfortunately. Please resend it. I really want to know. Where's W? I wonder. W key. Does that do anything? It does. W key. Very helpful. I am not. Maybe. I'll do it like add a stream. I'll add like a bunch of little like helper things, even though I don't need it. But I find it really funny to just have like, oh yeah, key unknown, and then it's just unknown key. I find that really funny. If anyone does ever find this repo in like 13 years, and they're like, wonder what all these do. The key unknown is for the unknown key. Beautiful. Okay, just to make sure everything still works. Button clicked, hover over blue rectangle, W is pressed. Perfect. All right. Wow. It's really fancy. Okay, now we just got to be like added clearer and cleaner alias definitions for all 349 GLFW keys, as well as all 8 mouse buttons. beautiful. That is the most perfect commit ever. Workbench .editor .show tabs. That would be in settings, right? Settings, preferences, settings, settings. Ooh, multiple. Yeah. Oh my god, they're all here. It's magnificent. It's just what I like to see. We can close all of these out. This is gonna make it so much better. Thank you so much. Okay, wait, so this was we did input. What was after input? It was input and then collisions. Oh my god, we need to do collisions. Oh, we need collisions now. We need to be able to check to see if one thing is hitting another. Right? So collisions. How do we go about this? Because we need a rect versus rect. So we should make a bunch of helper functions. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have only one collision function that is like, you know, the one that you would use in game.c, and then in here we're just gonna have a case, a switch case. We'll do a type, and then in here we're also going to have switch cases inside of the cases themselves to check what the second one is. And then what we'll do is we'll call like rect collision, right? We'll do shape A, shape B, like that. And then for like, or we call this collide. Either or works. Is collided. And then in here we can do actually first let's do the logic for rect. We're only gonna do rect right now. We need to do like a rect max.max.x. And we're basically just doing what we did for like, and then we just do b, right? And we're just making sure that, yeah, okay, that's right. And then we compare min to max, make sure it's proper. Oh wait, this should be a pipe like that. We'll do a rect.min.x is greater than b rect.max.x, or max.y min y, or this should be min actually. Do the opposite now. We'll do a rect.max.y is less than b rect.min.y. I have to know, what are you doing this for? What are you hoping to accomplish by doing all these? If you do it for money, then why don't you just use one already made by hundreds of experts like Unity? Well, I'm not doing it for money. This is more of just a collection of me being bored, me avoiding other things that I should probably be doing. But most importantly, I wanted to learn graphics. I've wanted to make a game engine for a very long time, and I made one in Java a very long time ago. I didn't get very far of it, but it was fairly okay. And last week I spent a day making a ping pong game. It was really bad. And I mean it was really bad because main was filled with all the logic itself, and it worked. And I was like, you know what? I've now learned how to make a ping pong game. I think I can make a game engine. So here we are. I decided, you know what? I can make a game engine. Whether I actually can, we're finding out. So far, it's more just a rendering engine. It's not much game to it yet. Collision should hopefully change that. But it's more just passion, not money, not ease. Definitely not for ease. I love coding, and this is definitely coding. Now we do case. Oh wait, we need to switch. We need to switch. Case shape rect collision. AB case shape circle return rect circle collision AB. That does exist yet, but it will soon enough. Case shape poly case shape triangle return rect poly collision, like that. Right, and then break. Put the break there. Do case circle and triangle. Do circle. And then instead of reusing it, because we're doing circle, right? So now what we have is for circle, we have circle first. So it's rect circle. We'll call rect circle collide still. But we just swap the order. Right? Just swap the order. This one we'll do circle circle. And then circle poly collision. Right? That should work. We'll break it again. Oops. Case shape poly, which is also case shape triangle. And then here we have poly collision, poly circle collision, and poly rect collision. So, and then all of these should be BA. Wait, should they be BA? It should be, no, this one should be AB. This one should be AB. But these ones are, because this is the same as circle poly collision, so we're just going to call it circle poly collision. Right, and then we already have this one, so we'll just put that there. Right, so rect, circle, circle, poly, and then we have rect circle collision, both of these with BA, okay. Rect poly collision, BA, all right. Circle poly, yeah, it looks right, and then, okay, yeah. So now we just actually need to make each of these. Okay, so we have return collision. Oh my god, I fell to sleep again. God. Okay. Right. Oh my god, my foot. Oh, that's annoying. Hello, Elp. Int, what do we do? Rect circle collision. Oh, we also need a break. We need a return for if none of these matches, we need a return 0. I just remember that because then it's not valid. Now I need like a bunch of these. Colliders are going to be messy, I think. Circle collider is probably going to be the easiest to pull off, because we could just pretty much borrow the same one we used for input. Game engine. Okay, so float. We'll do closest x. Closest. Oh my god. Closest x equals. We need math. I should include math. And we'll do f max f. That needs a float, so we need rect min x. So we could do rect, then circle. I'm just gonna change these so it's easy to know for me to remember. Rect dot max dot x, right? Max dot x, or no, min dot x. We need min dot x, and then we need the f min f between circle center x and rect max x. So now we need f min f of circle dot center dot x rect dot max dot x. Right? I think that's right. Because you need rect min x. You need to get the max between those two. And now we just need the exact same thing, but for the y. Just copy this over. We'll make this y. I believe that's correct. And now we need dx and dy. So float dx equals, what was it? It was like, we need to subtract closest x from circle center x. So circle, wait, why did, I should just call this r and r. Circle dot center, circle dot center, oh, circle dot center dot x minus closest x, right? Because what's the formula again? Distance equals cx, distance equals r minus b, right? Because radius, yeah, something like that. We'll see if it doesn't work. Dot y minus closest y. And now we need to actually return, we're pretty much returning the exact same thing we did on input. When we have get mouse over shape and we have circle, we return this. And this is exactly what we need to return, actually. So, where was I? Collision? Yeah. But instead of S, obviously we have circle. But I'm pretty sure that's right? Because it's dx squared plus dy squared. And then we see if that's less than or equal to the, yeah, okay. This seems right. I like this. Okay, that's rect circle collision. Int circle collision. And for this one we do circle A, circle B, because it's circle A and circle B, we need to pretty much just copy this, right? Like we literally just copy this. But instead of this, we just make this, yeah, wait. Oh, we're gonna make R one thing, so we can just do R times R. We'll make R later. We'll do B circle dot center dot X. Right? We also need float R. So float R equals A circle radius plus B circle radius, I think. Right? I think that makes sense, right? Because circle collision, so when their two distances are, yeah, okay, I like that. Now we need int circle polygon. Let's just do rect poly collision. Let's just do rect poly collision. Int rect poly collision. Rect R polygon, no, yeah, polygon P. Oh my god, cannot type. Polygon P, and then for this one's going to be a lot because we're going to have to compute the polygon for AABB. So we're going to need float min x, and that's going to be like the vertices of 0.x. Min x equals P poly dot vertices 0.x, and max x equals the same thing, right? And what's this app I'm using? I'm using Visual Studio Code. Right, and then max x equals the exact same thing, and max x equals, right? Isn't it just literally just poly dot vertices 0.x? And the float min y equals that, right? And then it's just the exact same thing, but x. I mean the y. Yeah. Okay. Then we have to loop through all the vertices. So we're going to do for int I equals 0, I is less than poly count, right? Poly dot count I plus plus. And then in here I need to do all the calculations where I do like if oh my god, this is gonna be difficult. We need to check the vertice I of x is less than min x, right? So poly dot vertices I dot x is less than min x. Then we set min x equal to poly dot vertices I, right? So then we just set to here. And then we do the exact same thing, but this time it's greater than max x. So now we need greater than and then max x. This becomes max x vertices at x, right? And now I need the same thing, but for min y. So this becomes min y. Oh, I renamed it. Okay, this needs to be y. That's y. Yeah, that's y. Same thing here. Okay. And then we need to return. We need to return to make sure that rect is not less than min x. What if none of poly's vertices inside a rect, but rect's corner intersects poly area? Ooh, wait. Wait. Poly's vertices in a rect, but rect corner is in poly area. I think wouldn't that be handled? Is that not handled? Because what am I thinking? Because you need containment without overlap. So if none of the polygon's vertices are inside the rectangle, but the rectangle corners are inside the polygon, you need a vertex only check, which I could do at the top. I think it would assume that. Let me finish this let me finish rect poly first. Rect.min.x is greater than max x, right? Max x, or our rect.max.x is less than min x, right? And then we do the exact same thing, but for these two, it becomes y. Y. Like, imagine triangle bigger than rect, and completely side it, and rect. Yeah. We can add a check for that. We can add a check for that. I can add a check for that at the top, I think. We'll do that after. Well, first let me get all these done. Rect circle. So rect circle rect poly. Okay, perfect. Circle circle. Now we need int circle poly collision. Circle A, circle C, polygon P, and then the last one we're going to need is a poly. So let's just do circle polygon first. So circle polygon is going to be a lot. That I know. We're going to have to get the min x thing again. So I'm pretty sure we're going to need all this again. And then we also need the closest. Oops. Right? Because we're also going to need the closest x, where it's min x, f min, max x, things like that. Oh, but instead we have to do just min x. Max y. I believe that's right, because that's center x, fn, fmax, fmax. Yeah, closest x, closest y. Right, yeah. And then we just return, this again. but this time we return just C circle.radius. Like that. And then that should be it, because dx, dy, dy. Okay, yeah. Okay, so that's circle, circle, poly. So that's, sorry, circle, poly. Circle, circle's done. Rect circle's done. Rect collision's done. We're going to keep this open for later. Now we need poly, poly. So for poly, poly, we're going to have to do the exact same thing, actually, in this real quick. We need that again. And then here we need min bx and min by. So float min bx equals, and then we'll do like b poly vertices. So b poly vertices 0x, 0.x, and then max bx equals, because this is a, right? This is ax. That's what that is. We need two of these is what we need. So we actually need this to be this needs to be a. This needs to be ax, ay, 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 ax. Oops. Right? And then this just becomes a. Because all of this is just comparing a, and then we need b. Right? So that's good. Now we just need to do that for b. Here comes b. All this becomes b. This becomes b, right? That looks right. Everything looks right there, and we don't have any mixed up with. Yep. Okay. Now we just need to return the result between both of them. So we need to make sure max a x is not greater than, or sorry, less than min bx, or that. Oh, I just pasted everything there. Okay, that's really dumb. Oh wait, that's engine. Okay. And then we need min ax is not greater than max bx. Min bx is not greater than ax. It's not greater than min bx. Yeah. Okay. And then max ay, right? I just do max ay is less than min by. And then min ay is not greater than min max by. That should be it for that. Okay, and then now for the rect poly. For rect poly, we need to apply this. We need to do that check that that we mentioned. Thank you for catching that, because that is definitely going to be important. So I think the best way to fix it is we can add a check at the top here. Ooh, I swear there's an FBI agent in my walls. I'm also cutting edge right now. Just got this recommended. It's too random. I don't know. I think they're onto you. Would it be better to make helper functions for this? I think it might be. It's really annoying, but I think that's the best way for like the point and rect, and well, we would do vec2p, and then well, like rect data r, rect r, right? Rect data doesn't actually exist anymore, does it? If we go to var, there's no such thing as rect data. Oh, there is rect data. Oh, we do have rect data. Oh, my bad. We do have rect data. Okay, that actually makes it better. So now we just return that p.x is greater than or equal to r.min.x and p.x is less than or equal to r.max.x. F Unity, F Slow, and Real Engine. I want to build my own game engine. Which API do you recommend? OpenGL or Vulkan? I'm currently using OpenGL. I have not tried Vulkan, so I can't speak to it. Personally, I enjoy OpenGL. I'm liking this. But like I said, I have not tried the other one. I have not tried Vulkan, so I would not know. I guess just try both of them and see which one makes you the most happy. Okay, that should be point and rect. We need another helper function. I personally go with OpenGL, Vulkan harder, I think. Could be. Now we need point and poly, right? So we need int point. Better for beginners of graphics programming. Many people say you can add Vulkan later. Maybe, yeah. Sounds reasonable. vec_p, then we need vec2 verts. And then int count. Right? And then we say int inside equals 0, because this is what you all are talking about. And we'll do for int I equals 0, I is less than count I plus plus. We could do that. Or no, we need hold on, no, we need j equals count, right? You'll see where I'm going here. This needs to be a comma. J equals count. Oh no, count minus 1, because we don't want to be out of bounds. Right, and then I is less than count. I is less than count, and then we'll do j equals I plus plus. Right? And then we can get rid of this. And instead what we'll do is we'll make an if. We'll do if if like verts I is verts.y is greater than p.y, right? And then we could do does not equal, so if it's not the same as j p.y, verts j.y greater than p.y, right? And then we could do like and here. Right? We could do. Am I tweaking? Oh, we need this in another one, because if we're gonna have that. Then we need p.x greater than vert. No, less than. Oh my god, this is gonna be a lot. J verts j dot x minus verts I dot x. Yeah, dx12 I do know is bad. I do know DirectX 12 is bad. That one I have fiddled around with before, and it is terrible. I don't like it. What do we need to do? No, p.y minus verts I dot y, right? Divided by verts jy minus, what am I thinking? Jy minus iy plus ix. Verts j dot y minus verts I dot y plus, and then you would add verts I dot x plus verts I dot x, right? And then if that's true, inside equals the opposite, and then if that's true, we say inside, right? Does this make sense? Am I just going insane? I think that works. And then now we just need to incorporate that here. Now we need to actually make the vec2. So we can do vec2 rect corner. And then we just pass 4. Right? And we just pass 4 equals r dot rect dot min. R dot rect dot min r dot rect dot max. Oh wait, no, this needs to be because this is another one, so then r rect dot min. Oh no, xy. So this is gonna be, this is min dot x, min dot y. And then the max. Then we do r rect dot max, r rect dot max dot x, r rect dot min dot y. Or no, max dot y. Right? And then that should be it for that. And then here we need the the for loop. So we'll do for int I equals 0. I is less than 4 because there's 4 points in a triangle. I plus plus. Do I need brackets here? I don't think I need brackets here. If point in rect, we can say point in rect. If point in rect, no, point in poly. We need point in poly. Point in poly. Point in poly. Then we just pass rect corner I. Oh wait, we should probably make this just we understand X multiple. Dot I, or not I. And then p poly vertices and p poly count. I think poly vertices p poly.count. Right? And then we could actually pass something through here where we just return 1, because that means it's in it, right? And now we need point and rect, right? So we'll do for int I equals 0. I is less than polygon count. P poly.count. I plus plus. Say if point in rect. Then we pass through p poly vertices and then a rect. So p poly vertices, and then r dot rect, sorry. And then we would return 1. Are we going to type p poly vertices? Oh, I forgot I. Do we need all of this code at the bottom now that I think about it? Do we need all of this? For some reason it has like a y there. Struct max definitely has y. Oh, that's why. It should be lowercase. I'm so dumb. Right. Do you think that works? Does this check out the code? Are my rect corners wrong? Rect corners could be wrong. Max min max, or no, min max max. No, max. Oh my god, what am I doing? Max min. Yeah. Max min. Max min max. Yeah, okay. All right. And then we can keep this. I don't think we need this, but we can keep it as a cheap check. Right? We can keep that as a cheap check, I think. Let's add all this to collision. Where is collision.h? I think that should be it. Right? Okay, let's try and build this. Let's see what happens. Oh, okay. Warning, must return a value. Do I never actually return anything? Oh, I need to return inside. Return inside. Warning, collision.c. Result of expression not used. Am I not allowed to do that? Can you not return? Oh my god, I'm so dumb. You have to do that. That's what it is. Right, okay. And then in game, we could do is, because we know if is collided, and then we could pass and test rect, because we know that's going to pass, and then also test button. So we'll do and test button, because these are both rects. So it should hypothetically print something like colliding. Let's see, does that work? We should like just get flooded with colliding. Oh my god, it works. Wait, that's so cool. We did it. Oh my god, we did it. Yes, let's go. Oh my god, that makes me so happy. I think we got it. And then we can say implemented collisions. Collisions for shape objects. Created collision.c and collision.h. Added main is collided function as entry point. Added all types of collisions. Then we could also say added helper functions for rect poly collision. Okay. I think it's coming along very nicely. Everything looks, yeah. We have collision logic. We have this. I think next time I stream, what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to add ECS. We need an entity component system because right now we cannot change. We cannot go to test triangle and be like, oh, test triangle.x plus 5, right? We cannot move these things, and that is what's most important. We need to actually be able to update these without calling draw triangle each single time. That's what we need to do. Okay, I think that's it for the stream, though. Thank you, everyone, for watching, whoever joined in. It was a 2-hour stream. Yeah, I may see you tomorrow. I may see you the day after.